Hello my dear students. Today I would like to welcome you to the mathematics class of grade 10. In today's class we are going to learn the chapter polynomials, which is your second chapter. Okay? Now, speaking a few about this chapter carries 3 marks in your board exams. This chapter is really easy because you have already studied the basics in your previous class, that is in class 9. Today we are going to try to cover up exercise 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Obviously, we cannot finish the entire exercises in this short period of time, but we'll try to do our best. I'll try to make your doubts clear so that you can do the questions at your home. Okay? First of all, let us try to learn the meaning of the word polynomial. What is the meaning of polynomial? Okay? So when we see the word polynomial, it is made up of two individual words, poly and nomials. So the meaning is that poly means many and nomials means terms. So basically polynomial itself are those equations which has many terms in it. Now you will ask me, sir, what is the meaning of term? Terms are very simple. I'll just give you an example. Polynomial 2x square plus 6x plus 3 equals to 0. This is an equation. So in this equation, you can clearly see that there are 3 terms present here. 2x square is the first term, 6x is the second term, 3 is the third term. Okay? Now, when we look at any respective equations, equations can be of one variable, equations can be of two variables. Okay? In this chapter, we are going to learn about only one variable equations. Now, what is a variable, guys? If you remember your previous classes, variables are those terms whose values can be changed. In this equation, can you change the value of 2? No, you cannot change the value of 2. It's already written 2 over there. Can you change the value of 6? No. Can you change the value of 3? No. So these are constant terms. You cannot change those values. Can you change the value of x? Obviously, we can change the values of x. To find out our desired answers, we will substitute different values of x to find out the real proper answer. Okay? So x is the variable here. 2, 6, 3 are the constants here. Now one more term I want to clear off, that is coefficient. What is the term? Coefficient. What is the meaning of coefficient? Coefficients are those constant numbers that are attached in front of the variables. So what is the coefficient of x square here? 2. What is the coefficient of x here? 6. Is this clear, guys? This is the basic concept of your equations. Okay? Now what is the difference between one variable and two variable? Simple difference. When I say one variable, equation will be like 2x plus 3 equals to 0. There is only one variable, that is x here. When we say two variable, it will be 2x plus 3y equals to 0. Obviously, there is a difference in both the equations, right? In the first equation, there is no y term, only x term. In the second equation, there are both x and y terms. Is it clear, guys? Okay. Now, let me go to the types of polynomial. How many types of polynomials are there? Basically, guys, polynomials are divided into 3 types. Okay? Linear, quadratic, cubic. Is it okay? Linear, quadratic, cubic. In this unit, you are going to study about linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial. Though the exercises for cubic polynomial is given, you can practice it at home also, but those chapters are in miscellaneous. That means it's not going to be included in your final exams. Okay, guys? Let's see. So polynomial is divided into 3 parts: linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. Now guys, what is how do you differentiate between linear, quadratic and cubic? By looking at the highest power. What is the highest power known as in your previous classes? Degree. So in linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, linear has a highest power of 1, that is degree is 1. Quadratic has a highest power of 2. Cubic has a highest power of 3. Okay? You want the example? Here it is. 2x plus 3. This is an example of linear polynomial. The highest power is 1. 2x square plus 3x plus 2. This is an example of quadratic polynomial. The highest power is 2. 4x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 5. These are all just random equations I am giving so that your idea about the linear, quadratic and cubic polynomials are clear. Okay guys? So in this cubic polynomial, what is the highest power here? 3. What is the degree here? 3. Hence this is a cubic polynomial. Done guys? Okay? The most important polynomial which we have to focus on is quadratic polynomial. If you learn all the basic steps of quadratic polynomial here, in your chapter number 4, quadratic equation, it will be very easy for you to solve those questions. Okay guys? So let's proceed. When we look at a quadratic polynomial is always represented in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is the representation of a quadratic polynomial. Okay guys? Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. What is a here? Coefficient of x square. What is b here? Coefficient of x. And what is c here? It's a constant term. So if any equation is in this form, this is a quadratic equation. Okay guys? Now, whenever there is an equation, they will tell you to find out the roots or the zeros. Okay? Theoretically speaking, the roots and zeros are the same thing. So if they tell you to find out zeros or roots, they both mean the same thing. Okay? Now just by looking at the equation, you can tell how many roots or zeros might exist in the corresponding equation. So in this equation, what is the highest power? 2. So there will be only 2 roots in the equation. So in any quadratic equation, the number of zeros or roots are always 2. Okay guys? Now, we will proceed to your first exercise. If you look at the first exercise, take out your books, look at the first exercise, you will see that they have given graphical representation of an equation. Okay guys? They have given you what? Graphical representation of an equation, and they are telling you to find out the number of zeros just by looking at the graph. Now you might think, sir, this is so tough. How can we find out the zeros? Just by looking at the graph. Simple topic, simple way to find out. Just look at the graph. I am giving you demo examples. Suppose, what is this axis known as? X. I'll give you 2 examples. These are the 2 graphs. Okay? So in this type of question, you focus only on x-axis. Now what you have to find in x-axis? You have to see that how many times the curve or the line is intersecting the x-axis. In the first graph, this curve is intersecting the x-axis 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So how many roots will be there? 4. Number of intersection will be equal to number of roots. Okay guys? In this graph, how many times it is intersecting? Please look carefully. Don't do any mistake. Okay guys? There is no intersection whatsoever. So if there is no intersection, how many zeros will be there? 0. Is it clear guys? You can easily solve the entire exercise just by this concept itself. Am I clear guys? Can I proceed to the next exercise? If you have any doubts, you can directly contact me. I'll clear all your doubts. I'm here to clear all your doubts guys. Okay? Let me proceed to the next exercise. The next exercise is also very simple, but there is a certain twist over there. Now, in your previous classes, you might have found out about middle term factorization. You might have solved your equation using middle term factorization. We have to use the same concept here. Okay guys? But since this class is from the basic itself, I will teach you how to do middle term factorization one more time. Okay guys? So let me take an equation, simple equation. X square plus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. Guys, the method that I am going to tell you, if you practice this method many times, Just by looking at the equation, you can tell what are the roots of the equation. Okay guys, this is a lengthy method at first. At first, this is a lengthy method. I'm not trying to scare you, but give it time, have patience. You can solve these questions easily. Okay? So what do you have to do now? First find out. First, I'll write this equation in the form of ax square plus 7x plus 10 plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now you try to correspond what is a, b, c here. So what is a here guys? Is there anything in front of x square? No. Does it mean 0? No. It means 1. So a is 1, b is 7 and c is 10. Simple. ABC values हो गया. Done. Okay, let's proceed. Step 1. What do you have to do? Step 1. Multiply a and c. So whatever a value you got, whatever c value you got, you multiply both of them. So what is 1 into 10? 1 into 10 is 10. Done guys? So 10 is greater than 0. Remember this. This is going to help you a lot. 10 is greater than 0. Next what you have to do, you have to find out the prime factorization of a into c. What you have to do, you have to find out the prime factorization of a into c. So let me try. Step 2 is what? Find the prime factorization of a into c. So what is the value of a into c I got here? 10. You find out the prime factorization of 10. So how do I find out the prime factorization of 10? I'll just make a column here, show it to you here nicely. 10. What is the smallest prime number? 2. 5s are 10, 5, 1s are 5. Is it okay guys? Is it okay? So what are the factors you got? You got 10 factors as 2 into 5. Okay guys. Now what is the next step? Step 3. Whatever factors you got, you have to group those factors in such a way so that their product is equal to AC, that is 10, or their addition or subtraction is equal to B. Again guys, what do you have to do? Whatever factors you got, that is 2 and 5, you have to group them up in such a way so that their product is equal to AC or their addition or subtraction is equal to B. Now here comes the trick, why I showed you 10 is greater than 0. If the product of AC is greater than 0, you don't have to subtract the factors. You add the factors directly. Is it clear guys? If the product of A into C was less than 0, then you have to subtract the factors. Okay guys? Now I'll just rub this off. So if after grouping up, what are the two numbers? The only two numbers which you will get in the following equation, 2 and 5. So what is 2 into 5? 10. What is 2 plus 5? 7. 7 was your B. Remember, 7 was your B. So you write down here x square plus 5 plus 2x plus 10 equals to 0. Is it okay guys? Done? Next step, x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 10 equals to 0. Done? I am not repeating it again and again because you can rewind the video and check it, okay guys? So I will take common. What is the common between x square and 5x? What is common in both these terms? X. So x common le liya. What is remaining? X plus 5. Plus, what is the common between 2x and 10? 2. If I take 2 common out, what will be remaining? X plus 5 equals to 0. Is it okay guys? So the next step, x plus 2, x plus 5 equals to 0. Now guys, how will you get 0 when you multiply two numbers? Simple question. How will you get 0? One of the numbers should be 0. If one of the numbers is 0, the product will be 0. Now in this equation, x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 5 equals to 0. So either this has to be 0 or the other number has to be 0. So if x plus 2 equals to 0, x will be what? Minus 2. obviously, or if x plus 5 equals to 0, x will be minus 5. So what are the two roots or zeros you got here? Minus 2 and 5. Is it okay, guys? What are the two zeros you got here? Minus 2 and 5. Now the quotient doesn't end here. Okay, this was your previous classes trick. The quotient doesn't end here. Now the quotient tells you to verify the relationship between the coefficients and the roots of the equation. So what are the two roots you got here? Minus 2 and minus 5. Okay, guys, I'll just rub this off. I'll write down the equation again. X squared plus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. A was 1, B was 7, C was 10. Okay? What are the roots I got? Roots I got are minus 5 and minus 2. Done, guys? Now how do you verify the relationship? It's a very simple formula. Sum of zeros is given by minus b by 8. And so let me verify it. Sum of zeros. What are the two zeros here? Minus 5, minus 2. So LHS has minus 5, minus 2. RHS has minus of b by a. What is b here? 7. A here? 1. So minus 7 equals to minus 7 mila. LHS equals to RHS. Hence proof. Your answer is correct. Okay, guys? ठीक है? Now product of zeros. When we look at product of zeros, the formula of product of zeros are C by A. This is the product of zeros. So left hand side में क्या होगा? Product of zeros minus 5 into minus 2. Right hand side C by A, that is 10 by 1. So what is 5 into 2? 10. Minus minus the plus equals to 10. LHS equals to RHS मिल गया? Done. Hence prove that your relation is proved, guys. If you do like this 3 marks question, no one can cut your marks. Is it okay, guys? Done. You can try to do exercise 2.2 using this. Okay. First find out the roots. What is the next step? Verify the relationship. In your exam, if you just leave the question by finding the roots, they will cut half your marks. Don't take the chance. Very simple method you have to do after that. Do the entire question and come, you will get full marks. Okay, guys? ठीक है? So exercise 2.1 खत्म. Exercise 2.2 I have given you how to do it. You can try. By hook or by crook I have to find the roots. Okay, guys? I am giving you middle term factorization because it's the easiest method. Now you might have seen that it took me a longer time to find the roots, but because we are following a proper way. Just like I said, if you practice long enough and hard enough, just by looking at the equation you can tell what are the roots of the equation. Okay, guys? ठीक है? That was your exercise 2.2, question number 1. Now what is question number 2? Question number 2 is also very simple. They have given you 2 roots. From those 2 roots you have to make an entire equation. Wow, right? How can we do that? Very simple. You just have to follow one formula. ठीक है, guys? What is the formula? If roots of an equation are given, again, if roots of an equation are given, then the entire equation is x squared minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros equals to 0. So what is the entire equation? X square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros equals to zeros. Khatam, guys? So let me take a equation here. The 2 roots given are 1 by 4 and minus 1. These are the 2 roots given. One is 1 by 4, the other one is minus 1. So what will be sum of zeros, guys? Try to calculate it. Can you do it faster than me? Please try. What is sum of zeros? Sum of zeros will be 1 by 4 minus 1. What is the answer? Minus 3 by 4. Khatam. Next, product of zeros. What is your product of zeros here? 1 by 4 into minus 1. What is 1 by 4 into minus 1? Minus 1 by 4. So can I put this in the equation? Chalo, let's put. So your equation is x square minus sum of zeros, that is minus 3 by 4 into x plus product of zeros, that is minus 1 by 4 equals to 0. So ultimately your final equation becomes x square plus 3 by 4x minus 1 by 4 equals to 0. Using this concept, you can do all the questions from your second question. From the second question, okay? Sub questions of your second question. Okay guys? So in today's video, we have learned what? We have learned what is a polynomial, how to find out zeros using a polynomial, what is the difference between roots and zeros? Both are same thing. Don't let anyone confuse you. Okay? Middle term factorization we have found out. We have established a relationship between coefficients and zeros. And lastly, using two zeros, we have found out how to find the entire equation. So, the only exercise remaining here is exercise 2.3, which we will cover up in the next class. So guys, please keep safe, stay healthy. Okay guys? Please practice all the questions. See you next time. Thank you.